This is Business Today for June 23rd. I'm Vic Fernandes. Barbados is in a good position to significantly reduce and even halt its importation of some energy products. That's according to founder and chairman of Caribbean LED Lighting Incorporated, Jim Reed, who was addressing the annual general meeting of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association yesterday at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center. He says his company has been growing at a rapid pace each year, and while the local market remains strong, Mr. Reed says 60% of the business is for export.
Last year we grew 82%. We're exporting to 16 countries across the Caribbean, and we'll beat that record this year. We're employing Asians to make product in Barbados and export, and the majority of our business is now export oriented. So it's proved that we can defeat the old myth that we have to import, we have to buy from somebody else, we have to have someone else make the products for us. We can do it ourselves, and we've proved that can happen. Now this morning, the title was Running Out of Time to Save. Hopefully this speaker will work. Yeah. We think that LED lighting is phase zero. There's an awful lot of talk about 100% renewable Barbados, and there is a plan for that, but it'll take some leadership from the politicians and some execution to happen.
He says the company, which employs just under 50 Barbadians, is hoping to pick up a major contract in the UK, even as negotiations are ongoing for some major local contracts. The company manufactures and sells a range of energy-efficient bulbs, lighting, and other fixtures.
We're looking at Central South America as a good market for us. Recently went to Panama, and there's some opportunities there for us. Everywhere people need lighting, there's opportunities for Caribbean LED lighting. And people like the idea that we make products in the Caribbean for the Caribbean. We can back them up with local warranties. For far too long we've been used as a dumping ground for products that can't be sold anywhere else. We manufacture here to the highest international standards, and that's now been recognised. I mentioned earlier about the UK group. They approached us and said, "We hear you make some good products in Barbados." And yes, we do. So we'll see what happens, but we're very confident about the future.
Tourism officials are not pleased that after almost 2 years, they are still not able to access the full range of duty-free items promised under the amended Tourism Development Act. Immediate past chairman of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, BHTA, Sunil Chatrani, says although hoteliers are beginning to benefit from the concessions, they are still a way off to making the second schedule a reality. He was addressing the 64th annual BHTA General Meeting at the Lloyd Erskine Sandyford Center yesterday.
So far we have only been able to access alcoholic beverages and proteins. The second schedule has had 23 items added, but while the law states that all consumables, including food and beverages, should be available to all hotels, we are still some way from making that a reality. It has been a long and difficult road, often fraught with delays, frustration by our membership on the approval process, and at times incomprehension on the part of government officials to understand the intricacies of the hotel operations.
Newly elected chairperson of the BHTA, Roseanne Myers, is also frustrated that the industry continues to struggle to get the concessions. Insisting that better can be done, Myers promised to thoroughly examine and tackle the issue head-on during her tenure.
I commit to the association, and with the help of the new board, to sit down, take a step back, and re-examine what we have been doing, how we have been doing it, and perhaps look at different approaches. I have great respect for the public service, I really do. And I believe that there are people there with a passion to get this right, just as we are. We just need to perhaps bring some thinking, some other critical thinking, and look at how we can go forward and set some goalposts in terms of how we are going to achieve what we want to achieve.
Shipping company Eric Hassel and Son Limited declares it's in Barbados for the long haul. This assurance from the company's chairman, Sir Trevor Hassel, who says they remain committed to the island's development. Sir Trevor was addressing the recent official opening ceremony of the company's new corporate headquarters at Land's End Spring Garden, St. Michael. Sir Trevor urged other private sector entities to play a greater role in national development.
I say all of this to make the point that we as a nation, as we continue to strive to improve the quality of life and standard of living of our people and create opportunities for our young people, must be the engine for acting highly responsible in an enlightened setting of national policies.
Now for today's financial tip. People often say money cannot buy you happiness. However, saving will likely make you happier in the long run, especially if you have an emergency or other obligations that require hefty sums. Conversely, spending wildly today isn't likely to make you nearly as happy as you think. That's been the Business Today. Join us again next Tuesday. Until then, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribing to our e-paper, and liking us on Facebook. I'm Vic Fernandes.